All right, we'll call this meeting to order at 6 PM. Crystal, do we have a quorum?
Mayor Pro Tem, Mayor Moss is absent. Councilmember Contreras absent. Councilmember Gillian present. Councilmember Brennan present. Mayor Pro Tem Young present. And Councilman Hummel present.
All right, could you all rise and join me in a moment of silence? Thank you, and if you would all now join me in the pledge. I
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Do we have any public comments?
We do not.
All right, the first item on our consent agenda is to approve city council meeting minutes
Make a
for
motion.
October 8th.
Make a motion that we approve the minutes for October 8th, 2024.
We have a motion? We
Second.
have a second? A motion and a second. All in favor? All right, the motion carries. Thank you. And the next item is discussion action to consider all matters incident and related to the issuance and sale of City of Willow Park, Texas combination tax and revenue certificates of obligation, Series 2024A, including the adoption of an ordinance authorizing the issuance of such certificates in the amount not to exceed $5,135,000 to finance the costs of paying contractual obligations to be incurred for constructing, acquiring, purchasing, renovating, enlarging, equipping, and improving water and wastewater system properties or facilities, including the acquisition of land and rights of way therefore, and professional services rendered in connection with such projects and the financing thereof. I would like to offer that we can postpone this item until after our executive session.
Second.
I make a motion that we do that. And we have a second.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, all in favor?
Thought I was needing a second somewhere.
Sorry. I wanted to make sure we didn't have discussion before I made that.
No, I'm sorry.
That's okay.
That was a yes nod, so.
All right, the next item is quarterly department reports, the development report. Tony?
I just had something that I wanted to point out. You've got my report in your packet, but two things that I wanted to point out that are pretty important was, first of all, that over-the-counter permits have been launched on August 12th, and the first one received on August 20th. So we now can receive over-the-counter permits strictly online. They don't have to be reviewed, and they process. So that's lessened our walk-in traffic that much more, and made us a lot more efficient of getting those things turned around because they don't have to be reviewed. They're just in and out. So that's first thing. And the second thing, I wanted to give props for Christine Rosas. She's our permit technician, that she received certification from the International Code Council on August 18th for her certification. So we're very proud of her for doing that. And that was timely on her part. We're really happy to have her here. So I just wanted to give her props for that. So thank you. Christine.
All right, do y'all have any questions for Tony for development? All right, the next department report is parks. Do y'all have any questions for Mandy, our new parks director? Mandy McCarley is there, but
So the online survey tool, is that working well? Are you getting a lot of response? Didn't we have an online survey for parks?
we haven't started it yet.
Haven't started it yet. My apologies.
So,
You want an update?
What's that?
So we're still in the process of registering people who are going to take the survey. We probably will not be starting the actual survey process for a few more weeks.
Okay. All right.
well, since we're under parks, I'll throw it in there. We do have a town hall meeting for parks next week, and one of the things we hope to do in that is get some feedback from the citizens to create the parks survey. So that's all.
Gotcha. Got 'em.
We have the Christmas tree lighting coming up as well.
Yes,
Okay.
December 3rd. Yes.
Yep.
All right, if if there's no questions for Parks, you have a report for Public Works in your agenda packet. Do you have any questions, or Chase or Michelle, are there any additional things you'd like to add to the report?
Chase, can you comment on how many leaks we've had on Squaw Creek Road and what's that doing to our water loss?
We've had 3 decent ones over the last 6 months, and it took us 4 months to find one of them. So, yeah, that was definitely a hit on water loss.
And come up to the mic real quick, because they're going to want to answer these. I know people watching at home. Is that PVC pipe that's in there?
Yeah, yes, it is gray. I call it gray electrical conduit. So a 6-inch electrical conduit they reused back in the early 80s when they put that system in. What I was told. Well, the issue we have is when they did it, it's solid bedrock there. So they came in, ripped the rock out, dropped the pipe in, and put the rock back on it. So we're having to chase everything we find. We did fix one last week, and it took us almost 4 months to find.
So, just,
So that would be a candidate for some line replacement, is that what?
Yes, that
Okay.
is our number one area for water loss.
yeah,
It
we
would
could aggressively pursue that.
How much water loss do you think we're seeing over there?
probably 55% of our water loss would be calculated for that area.
Okay.
Rough estimate.
What does that translate to gallons, or?
Oh, I didn't prepare that. I couldn't even begin to give you that figure off the top of my head right at the moment. That one leak, probably, I don't feel comfortable saying. I don't want to go too high or too low for you.
All right. But just fixing that would eliminate a lot of
yes.
our issues. Okay.
Yes.
All right.
Okay.
Thank you.
Any other questions for Chase? All right, our next department report would be our projects. I think there's a summary in your packet, a project update on the speed humps on Crown and driveway expansions. Do you have any questions for Gretchen? Or Gretchen, do you have any additional comments?
We're going to pour the last of the approaches on Crown tomorrow. So that project should be completed. Everything went okay. We didn't have any issues, so, yeah.
Okay, good. We need to wrap that up and move on to Squaw Creek Road immediately.
And we've got speed humps in, is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. Is the plan still to, and I saw the speed trailer out there today. I may have done 31 in the 30. I apologize. But the plan is to put the speed trailer out there and monitor and see if we're achieving our goal of 30 miles an hour.
Yes.
And then reassess after that to see if more speed humps would be needed.
Yes, that's right.
So that could potentially come before council if we have a revision to that.
So we are going to add more speed humps? Because from my understanding, we didn't get them all or something? Or?
We put in, council approved 7.
Okay.
We put in 3. The engineer said we could achieve the 30 mile an hour goal with 3 speed humps.
Okay.
If they were placed accordingly.
Okay.
So the goal, the idea is to see if the 3 speed humps
Makes
gets
sense.
us to the goal we want to go to.
Perfect. Okay.
If not, then we'll put in the additional 4.
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
All right, you have an update from our police department. Do you have any questions or additions, Chief Franklin?
I have no additions.
Okay. I'm going to say court, fire marshal, and communications. Reports are in the packet. Would y'all like to discuss any of them? Rose, did you have anything you wanted to add?
No, ma'am.
Voice in the background.
Thank you very much. All right, if y'all have no other questions on the updates, thank you to our staff for
Appreciate it.
those excellent reports. Always appreciated the thoroughness. The next item on our agenda is to consider authorizing a professional services agreement with Infrastructure Management Services for the 2024 pavement condition assessment.
Mayor Pro Tem, Council, this next agenda item is a contract with IMS Infrastructure Management Services for an automated pavement condition assessment to all city streets. IMS has over 40 years of experience dedicated specifically to pavement management solutions. And they've served many cities and counties here in Texas. They will survey our entire street network. That's about 80 miles. They will be conducting a new street-by-street condition survey and pavement assessment that will provide staff with an updated and in-depth understanding of our current road infrastructure. That data that they'll collect will help us develop a long-term, cost-optimized street maintenance and rehab plans for each roadway pavement. This agreement is through the Texas Share program. Texas Share is a co-op purchasing program created by the North Central Texas Council of Governments, COG, which allows multiple entities to combine their purchasing power to get better pricing. Included in the packet is the IMS agreement, along with info about the company and its services. Staff recommends approval of the contract with IMS. The amount of $31,320.
So is this a one-time, they come through one time?
They
for the
do,
year? Do they, and every year if we want to get a follow-up?
5-year, for a 5-year, because they'll create a 5-year plan for the city. So we can choose after 5 years to have them come back out.
Okay.
But they'll provide all this data that we can maintain and update ourselves, so we can keep, up-to-date information data.
Oh, as we make changes and adjustments to streets and we can put that in?
As
and then-
we go.
Okay, then they come back through. Okay.
Yeah, I actually, Gretchen sat down and showed it to me, how it works, and it's very nice, and I think the idea is, will give us great information for updating our capital improvements plan, which is about 2.5 years old for the streets, of what we have done. So we're thinking after the major project we just did, good to do an assessment. That will give us a good starting base for the next projects for streets, so.
Yeah, where we got to focus our maintenance on as well, I would think. So, all right.
Is it more of a, I'm guessing like school-wise, like A, B, C, D, F? Or is it pass, obviously
No,
not pass,
it's
fail?
based on a pavement condition index.
Okay.
It's a number, and
Okay.
so we use that to determine which rehab strategies to use
Right.
and when.
Okay.
All right.
And I think if I understood correctly from Michelle, that the idea of the water lines, because that can go hand in hand with pavement projects, if we're doing replacement, that we can take our information for what water lines, kind of merge that with our pavement and make sure that as we're doing water lines and pavement, we're doing that together so that we get the most bang for our buck
Yep.
as we renovate, so.
Okay.
Do we have a good map system of the water lines that we could work with that to know where each one, because it could be replaced, we know where some of that electrical
Yes, we have.
pipe maybe.
I'm also good.
Okay,
I'm also good.
okay.
It's all yours, we need
12 years of working on the system.
Sure, okay.
Yeah.
Didn't know if
So
we'd need to
that's
do
what
something similar to,
Yeah, we can prioritize the water with the roads as new roads get new priorities. we can fill those in.
okay, good deal. Wanted to make sure we didn't have to do the same type of study for
No,
that as well.
We have Chase.
We
Yeah,
have, we have
exactly.
Chase.
it's not like crack, yes.
Perfect, thank you.
Although if you wanted to pay Chase extra for it, we can.
Right, consultant. All right, any other questions for discussion? Do we have a motion?
Do we need the motion to say not to exceed the 31,320? Or do you want it just, is the 31,320 fine? Okay.
I'll make a motion to approve the professional services agreement with IMS Infrastructure Management Services in the amount of $31,320.
I'll second.
Right, we have a motion and a second. Any other questions or discussion? All in favor? All right, thank you. Thank you very much, Gretchen. All right, if I understand correctly, Pat, we are going to consider item number 7 prior to executive session.
Correct.
All right, we are going to consider the deliberation of the city secretary resignation and possible appointment of interim secretary.
If we don't accept the resignation, we're good, though, right?
All right,
Problem solved.
Yes, problem solved.
would you like to?
Yes.
Crystal, actually, if you would, I mean, if you want
What?
to tell us what is going on in your new opportunities.
Oh, do you want me to stand?
Sure.
I have accepted a position at the city of West Worth as their city secretary / city, deputy city administrator position. I accepted it Thursday, officially, and it was a very, very difficult decision that was made after discussion with Mayor Pro Tem and Mayor Moss. I sat on the offer for a full week before I made a decision. That's how hard it was to do this. But the community has been amazing. Y'all graciously opened and welcomed me with your open arms 3 years ago. And I will still be in the area because my husband still works for Weatherford. And we're happy to call this place home, and I'm excited about the new opportunity for growth in my professional career. And thank you all. Y'all made it very, very hard. Y'all made it extremely hard. Like I said, I talked to Leah like a couple of times, and I was just like, I sat on this for a whole week, and I just could not make a decision on what to do. And thank y'all for being so great and so supporting and allowing me to do what I do and what I love to do. I think it's just kind of been something a gift I was born with, I guess. I started in high school as working in the administrative office at the ISD. So here I am still serving the public. Thank y'all.
I want to say, for the record, this is the best city secretary I've ever worked with, period. I've done this job over 15 years. I've served with a number of city secretaries, and you're the absolute best. I can't imagine anybody better at this job than you. Staff and I are going to miss you tremendously. We're going to miss your laugh.
You still have Rose. Rose, did you
It's not the same.
No, it's not the same.
It's good for Halloween, though.
Your energy, yeah, it really is. You bring a great energy to the building. Things just seem to work better, and people tend to smile more when you're around. And so we're going to miss you. We certainly wish you the best. And on behalf of me and the staff,
It's my favorite color too.
thank you very much for your service.
Thank you. I'm gonna miss you guys.
Well, I would say, I guess we do need an official action.
Yes, that's correct.
So I'll make a motion that we accept the resignation of our city secretary, Crystal Dozier.
Second.
Yep, I'm not going to second it.
Go ahead.
All right, we have a motion and a second from Greg. All in favor?
Sorta. Sorta.
Motion carries. I would like to say thank you very much, Crystal, and thank you from Mayor Moss, who is very sad that he's not here to tell you personally. You have brought incredible professionalism to this position. You have just been a wonderful face for our citizens to communicate with. It makes our job easy to know that we've got someone like you in the office. And as we've told you, what you took care of, getting our records and everything in order, I don't want to do it, but I know that we'll have an easy job having someone to come in because they will have an easy role to step into. Big shoes, but it will be taken care of in the right way, and they won't have to take care of that. So I cannot thank you enough for everything you've done. And Love you to death. You're a wonderful friend, and you are not leaving the area, so I expect to see you plenty.
I said lunches. We'll meet at JD's.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. So thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right, well, moving on with our agenda, would you like to do mayor and city council comments prior to executive session or after?
Sure, yeah. Yeah,
Before?
sure.
Well,
yeah.
let's do executive session.
Okay.
I didn't know if you had anything specifically that you wanted to. All right, we do, our next items are executive session. It is anticipated that all or a portion of the discussion of the foregoing items will be conducted in closed executive session under authority of Section 551 of the Texas Open Meetings Act. However, no action will be taken on these items until the city council reconvenes in open session. We are going into executive session at 6:21. We are back in regular session at 7:52 PM. First item to consider is our regular agenda item number 2. I read it earlier, so I'm not going to read it again. Do we have a motion?
I move that the city council postpone consideration of all matters relating to the issuance and sale of City of Willow Park, Texas combination tax and revenue certificates of obligation, Series 2024A, to the regular city council meeting on November 12th, 2024.
We have a motion. Do we have a second?
Second?
Motion and a second. Any questions or discussion? All in favor? Thank you. The next item under executive session, item number 7, to consider a possible appointment of interim city secretary. Do we have a motion?
Make a motion that we,
Appoint.
we appoint Tony Fisher to that position as interim.
All right, we have a motion. Do we have a second?
Second.
All right, any other questions or discussion? All in favor? All right, thank you. Item number 8.
Make a motion that we authorize staff to advertise for that position.
All right,
Second.
we have a motion and a second for authorizing advertising the city.
Do we need to put the
secretary.
date on that, the start date? You're going to do it ASAP though, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good.
Any other questions or discussion? All in favor? All right. We are now to mayor and city council comments. Any council member comments?
So for future agenda item, I'd like to see a review of our lease agreements with our existing tenants in this building, when they expire, if there's any future renewals, or what's the best use of facilities, things like that. So,
Right. I think I had asked about a year ago for a space use plan for that long-term planning, so we'll
Okay.
just roll that in. That was going to be one of my requests, so kind of jointly that. So any other council comments?
If it's possible, I'd like to do a walkthrough over there somewhere and look at those again.
Okay.
If we can, if that's even doable, I know. But I would like to comment to Crystal, we're going to miss you. Thanks for everything you've done for me this whole time. I know you've been here as long as I've been here, or a lot longer than me, but you're always there for me, and I appreciate you've really gone above and beyond to help me out with breaking this in, so
Thank you so much.
I hate to lose you.
Gonna miss you.
Yeah, I would follow it up as well. Crystal, thank you for just your dedication to the job. Thank you for being not only a great secretary, but also a friend, someone to chat with, and just I hate to lose you, but I'll never fault anybody for doing, bettering themselves and doing something that's best for their family. So wish you all the best, and I don't think we can put no Astros fans in our advertisement,
Well,
but
I hope both teams lose.
I'm sneaking it in. I'll sneak it in for you.
okay. So,
All right, I don't have any further comments. I shared mine on Crystal, so do you have any comments, Brian?
I will say we have a very important meeting next week. We're having a town hall on parks. I want to encourage everybody to come out and attend, share your opinions. I kind of made the comment a couple of years ago, we were Willow Park, and I don't know if we had any parks. And so, but that's changing. And we did a great one over here at the park. I forgot the name of it. Chris, thank you. We changed it like 6 times. Cross Timbers Park. I call it the Doyle Moss Park because that's what he really wanted. But when Kingsgate came on board, it gave us an opportunity. I'm going to be honest with you. I was not a parks guy when I got here, and now I walk that trail every day, and I'm going to go walk it tonight. So if anybody wants to mug me, that's where I'll be in about half an hour. But parks is a great thing, and Leah's really opened my eyes to how good that can be for a community. And so I really think there are people with strong opinions about parks. We want to hear them. We want to see what kind of investments you want in those things. That's going to be a community-driven, and Leah's almost mandated it. It will be a community-driven decision. And so we need your opinions on those things.
Yes. All right, with that, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
Make a motion to adjourn?
second.
All right, all in favor?